The chances of YNW Melly facing life in prison has now become very likely. This is due to new evidence being released in his case. The reasoning for his trial continuing to get delayed over and over again has now been revealed. This is due to a new detective named Christopher Williams being added to trial. He is now taking over. Now, this detective announced in court that he believes the rapper was likely the one who committed the act towards the two YNW affiliates. According to new court documents obtained by XXL, Detective Christopher Williams will be testifying against YNW Melly in the trial. A little backstory on Detective Williams: he is known to be one of the greatest detectives in the United States at recreating crime scenes to build an image on how certain crimes went down. He will go to extreme lengths, spend any amount of money he needs to make sure he gets the true story. Now, Detective Williams announced in the courtroom he reconstructed the entire crime scene of the YNW Sakchaser and Juvy passing. He created 4 human-like figures, all the same weight as well as height of everyone that was inside of the vehicle on that day, and they even went out of their way to purchase the exact same model Jeep that they were driving in. He then placed all of the figures inside of the Jeep the exact same places where everyone was sitting. He then used firearms towards them, and everything lined up the exact same as the actual crime scene inside of YNW Melly's car. Now, it also revealed that YNW Melly most likely did this act towards Sakchaser and Juvy only 8 inches away from their faces. Now, this is due to the aftermath lining up the exact same as YNW Melly's vehicle when it was taken in custody by the feds. Another concerning part that was found is all signs of who did this act towards Juvy and Sakchaser had to have been sitting in YNW Melly's seat inside of the car. Now, here's where everyone was sitting inside of the vehicle. YNW Bortlen, being the driver, had YNW Melly sitting directly behind him. Now, this left YNW Sakchaser and YNW Juvy both on the opposite side of the vehicle. And Detective Williams also used what is called the stick method, where he would use long plastic sticks and to match the trajectory of a firearm that could have been used. While doing so, the trajectory from YNW Melly's seat inside of the car showed a perfect match to where YNW Sakchaser and Juvy were affected once they were examined. Now, not only this, but Detective Williams also revealed footage of an exclusive interview with YNW Bortlen on the night of Sakchaser and Juvy's passing. Now, YNW Melly was originally arrested alongside YNW Bortlen. They are the 2 main suspects in this case, as they are the last 2 people to ever see Juvy and Sakchaser. Now, YNW Bortlen wasn't in jail long. YNW Melly, however, has been sitting in jail now for 4 years, but Bortlen was only in for a few months. This is due to severe evidence being found against YNW Melly pretty early into the case. At least, that's what people claimed happened. There are a few theories relating to YNW Bortlen allegedly snitching on Melly to be released, and this was all caused to the exclusive interview that YNW Bortlen had with the police that arrived to the hospital that Sakchaser and Juvy were brought to. That interview has now been released, and I'm gonna share it here with you today.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me you telling me about shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's got to be some evidence there. There's going to be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here when you guys open the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's going to be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's going to be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's going to be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
Leave a like on the video if you're a fan of YNW Melly. I'm curious how many fans are watching today. Now, the detectives that are interviewing Bortlen here are the same ones that showed up to the actual crime scene. Bortlen explains how a rival street member's vehicle ends up turning YNW Bortlen's car off of the road. They then use firearms against Bortlen and his crew, and in the end, only YNW Sakchaser and Juvy were affected. But the crime scene tells a complete different story. Notice how the detective at the end of the video clip said, "There's nothing. I kinda think I know what happened," right before the video clip cuts off. And this is due to Sakchaser's story making no sense. But for the last 2 months, Detective Williams has also been trying to defeat YNW Melly's best way of beating this case. And well, he was successful. A new court order was released stating, "Ordered and adjudged that defendant's motion to suppress evidence obtained by T-Mobile warrant is hereby denied." Now, YNW Melly's best way of being able to beat this case was them filing a motion asking the judge to make all of the evidence on YNW Melly that was provided from T-Mobile unusable in the courtroom. The evidence provided to law enforcement from T-Mobile is massive in this court case and could become the final piece that the feds need. Now, the T-Mobile evidence states, these particular cell phones, which were both iPhone 10s, were on the T-Mobile network. And so T-Mobile has a very interesting feature where it will tell you the environment the cell phone is in. So from these cell phone records, I can tell you the exact moment Demons got out of the car and staged the drive-by location. Now, Demons in that court file is actually YNW Melly. Believe it or not, that is his last name. Also on YNW Melly's cell phone provided by T-Mobile was a video. As the evidence report states, then also we have a video of Mr. Demons admitting to doing an act towards 2 individuals in the head. This video was on Mr. Demon's cell phone, which was brought to my office by Jameson Francis. That's how we had that, and that is all of the evidence that Your Honor has. On YNW Melly's cell phone, in case you didn't understand, is a video of Melly admitting to doing it. Now, there was another piece of evidence that was reported by Complex also on YNW Melly's cell phone. This states, there is one Instagram exchange that took place hours after the passings, which was obtained by Complex via a public records request. In it, YNW Melly's Instagram account says, "I did that," in one message, followed then 2 minutes later by another message saying, "Shh." Now, the timing of these Instagram DMs will be used by the state to make the case that those messages amount to an admission of YNW Melly's guilt. Now, due to all of the success that Detective Williams has been having against Melly so far, the judge isn't showing a smidge of sympathy for the Florida rapper. During a court hearing in the beginning of September, YNW Melly requested to leave jail immediately to treat an abscess that was located in his teeth. Now, this was due to the permanent diamond grill that he got on before he was arrested that he continues to wear all the way till today. Now, it was reported that YNW Melly is unable to properly clean his teeth and allegedly does not have access to a regular toothbrush or even dental floss. Something as simple as a dentist appointment was denied by the judge. And then we even saw reports on September 30th, not too long after, of news outlets starting to report YNW Melly is being accused of teaming up with one of his lawyers to plot a prison escape. As the Broward County Jail where YNW Melly is currently locked up did another interview with Complex, where they announced this in court. On April 11th, 2022, Broward Sheriff's Office received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamal Demons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape from jail by having Demons' attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys. Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had an item that was illegal in jail, as well as narcotics that were not prescribed to him. As the statement continues, jail authorities searched Lewis's jail cell after the tip, which came from another inmate. They found multiple illegal items as well as narcotics for which he did not have a prescription for. YNW Melly's cell was also searched, but nothing was found except food from the commissary and an excessive amount of jail-issued clothing. Now, this all started when another inmate in YNW Melly's cell block overheard Melly and this other inmate named Lewis talking about allegedly escaping prison. He mentioned that they were planning an escape, which could have started with Melly's lawyer sliding him a key. Honestly, I don't buy it. Neither did YNW Melly's mother, who had this to say.
Okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. and they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
In the video, YNW Melly's mom mentions how the feds have no evidence against him. Prosecutors are just trying to make him look bad in front of the jury. Now, this was all said before Detective Christopher Williams took over. Sadly, it doesn't really seem like Melly has much of a chance anymore. But then also reports of good defenses are coming out from Melly's side with his lawyers, just as 100K Track said in an interview.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you, Melly DNA was found in the car. You're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the. Oh, he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car. He did it, okay? But you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying, you don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that, you get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
It's unknown at this current time if the evidence I shared in this video is honestly as bad as it looks. Now, 100K Track definitely seems to think that Melly's lawyers have defenses against all of the allegations that I shared, but if they don't, it could be a very hard time in trial. However, 100K Track is YNW Melly's music manager, and here at District Trending, we all hope that Melly beats this case. If you do too, leave a like on it and don't forget to subscribe. It's been District Trending and I'm out. Peace.